This ain't my first rodeo. Duke, did you just knock over my camera? Anyways. Well, I'm not 100% positive, but I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be like that. Hey YouTube, what is going on? Well, I was cleaning, now I'm not. I'm shut down. And I'm shut down because we had a flat tire. I was up at the farm yesterday. I'm back up at the farm today, but I was up at the farm and had a lot cleaned up. As you can see, my big pile of trash here. We have all the construction debris, and then everybody's lunch and everybody's beverage and everybody's pop and everybody's water bottle that was just thrown everywhere, that I got the great pleasure of cleaning up. And actually, what you see behind me is probably only about 60% of it. I've still got a bunch left to do, but I can't because my tractor ain't moving right now. Duke, get out of the trash. Duke. Hey, what are you doing? Get out of the trash. Duke. Stupid dog, he found a pizza box. So I'm going to attempt to fix this flat. I'm hoping that the tire, the seal still looks pretty good. I'm hoping that with my repair kit we can get this done. I've used these a lot over the years with four-wheelers and dirt bikes and our other tractor and tires, vehicle tires. When you work in the construction business every day and you're pulling up to job site after job site, you're bound to get some nails and screws and stuff in your tire. So this ain't my first rodeo. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you exactly what it is that we're dealing with. All right, so I don't think the paper is our obstacle, so I got that away. But what was holding the paper on is a couple of nails. And actually this happened to me last night on like my last couple of loads of trash, and so I just decided to call her quits. I pulled the board out last night in air just because I didn't know how deep it was, because I couldn't hear any air running. I pulled the board out last night, and there's 2 puncture holes, and let's just go ahead and show them to you now. Before I do that though, I'm going to show you the seal around the tire. The seal is great, except for maybe a couple of spots there and maybe there. So I'm really hoping that once I get this repair done, I can just air it back up. But I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. I hope I don't have to or strip this tire off and take it into town and have a new seal put on it. But hopefully it'll take air after we get done with the repair. So let's show you what we got. Pull this out, and I've got puncture wound there and there. There's 2 of them. The shadows was just blocking them, but right there and right there. That looks like something there, but I don't think it's a hole. And looks like somebody had an old one right there. That one's pretty big. So I'm gonna get my repair kit. I'm gonna waller those holes out and see what we got. All right, well, the first thing we use is the probing tool, and you stick this pointed end into the hole, and it's got like a rough side wall all the way around this thing. And what that does is basically clean and straighten up the hole and get it ready to get the hole ready to accept the patch. So we're going to do that on both of these right here. Got it in there, pull it back out nice and straight, There's one. And there's two. Okay, this is pretty easy, straightforward stuff. A lot of you have probably done this before, maybe some of you haven't. So let's get the patch set up and then I'll show you that. Okay, well, this is pretty exciting stuff, I know. Pretty straightforward though, pretty easy. This is the repair kit. It's got these basically rubber gooey, don't know if you can see that very well in the camera, but it's got this gooey rubber strips that are sitting here baking in the sun, getting even gooier. But basically we're just going to take one of these out and then we insert it through that slot right there. And once we get it in through here, push it through and then grab it and pull it from the other side. Once we get it in here, we'll take it and we'll push this down into that same hole we just made and then give it a quarter turn and then pull it right back out. So that's pretty easy. So let's go do round one. Push it in, keep pushing, keep pushing, right there. All right, so you see how I left some out? Maybe you can't because of the shadow. I left these tails on this one. That's really how they both should look. So now I can take my knife and I can trim that down and trim that excess off there, and we'll have a good seal. So let me get my knife, trim that off real fast. All right, so both of them are in there. So now we can take our knife, try to do this one-handed, and just kind of trim these up. I don't know if this is going to work out very well for me one-handed. If it doesn't, I'll come back to you and show you what we did. But here we go. Just take your razor blade. Try to leave about 1/8 of an inch coming out of the tire. Yeah, it's not going to work out. So I'm going to trim these up where I can use both hands, and then I'll show you what they look like afterwards. Okay, so there's the patches. So let's get some air on it now. And I'm going to go ahead and just mash those patches down. And let's get some air on it now. Hopefully it'll hold. Duke, did you just knock over my camera? Okay guys, well, nothing went right for me to try to fix that tire. I got the plugs in, the plugs were holding good, and what it ended up being was, well, it was that was definitely the issue, but also the valve stem went bad. I don't know if it went bad because it just went all the way flat and there was a lot of pressure on that stem where the tube connects. or if it was faulty to begin with, who knows. So anyways, I had to end up pulling the whole tire and taking it to the tire shop to replace the valve stem. That's something that I don't know how to do, nor do I think I want to know how to do. Well, I'd like to know how to do it. So anyways, we got that done, and now we are getting ready to put the tire back on, or the wheel and the tire assembly back on. Ended up taking out one of the studs whenever we were removing it. I tried to do it with tried to take the wheel and tire off with just a simple socket set. Yeah, that's not happening. So we went and got a air impact, and that was able to break those lug nuts free, but in the same time, those studs came free on a Kubota hub. The studs are threaded in as well with a bolt on the other side, or not a bolt on the other side, they're just threaded in. So I actually ended up removing the whole bolt or stud instead of just the lug nut. Anyways, we'll get it all put back on. Anyways, we'll get it all put back on and get that done so we can wrap up the tire change, tire fix-a-flat video. This is the bolt that broke, Loctite. Well, that was it for the Kubota tractor tire repair video, which was pretty difficult. I've probably never had such a time trying to change a tire, and of course that wouldn't happen except for whenever it's all being filmed on camera. Duke knocking the camera over the other day, and honestly I was not in the mood to deal with that. I'd been working all weekend and then had to go fix that flat, and then whenever it wouldn't cooperate, it was just a whole lot of fun. So anyways, you saw a guest appearance if you've watched all the way through and watched closely, which will be a little lead in to the next video. You'll have to watch it to see what I'm talking about, but if you watch this one, you probably already know what I'm talking about. So the next video will have some guests in it, and yeah, so that's it. If NASCAR is watching this, I will send my resume in. Just send me a message at Blackberry Ridge OK@gmail.com, and you can get my message, although I expect to have a lot of responses there. So just go ahead and drop me a letter of intent or an offer letter with your request for my resume, and we'll go from there. I'm probably gonna join some type of pit crew after working that air gun today, so I'm pretty sure you all saw my skills and we're all impressed. So send me a message and we'll try to hook up. But seriously, that was my first time to ever run an air ratchet on changing a tire. That was pretty cool. All right, that's it for the video. We will be back up here finishing barn work and doing things. Like I said, we got special guests, so stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, we'll see you up on the ridge.